In a quiet village in the southern Indian state of Kerala, nestled within the lush green hills of Kannur district, stands Christ the King Church in Villakanur. This parish, under the Syro-Malabar Catholic Archdiocese of Tellicherry, would become the site of a miraculous event that would captivate believers around the world. On November 15, 2013, the faithful of Christ the King Church gathered for their usual daily Mass. As with every Eucharistic celebration, the moment of consecration, transformation of bread and wine into the body and blood of Christ, was one of sacred reverence. But on this particular day, something extraordinary happened. As Father Thomas Padakal, the parish priest, elevated the host during the Eucharistic prayer, members of the congregation began to notice something unusual. A faint image started to form on the surface of the consecrated host. At first, it appeared as a shadowy outline, but within moments the image became clearer. The unmistakable face of Jesus Christ, serene, sorrowful, and radiant with divine light. The priest and faithful were stunned. Some began weeping. Others fell to their knees in awe. Word quickly spread throughout the village and neighboring parishes. The host was preserved and carefully examined. No external substances or markings were found. The image, remarkably, had formed naturally with no human intervention. The event was reported to the Archbishop of Tellicherry, Mar George Valiamadam, who ordered a preliminary investigation. The Church in India has always upheld the Catholic teaching that the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist is not dependent on external signs or miracles. However, extraordinary manifestations such as this one have historically been recognized as divine interventions meant to awaken or deepen the faith of the people. The Syro-Malabar hierarchy took the matter seriously, ensuring that the image on the host was not manipulated or artificially created. The host was preserved for veneration, but the Archdiocese did not rush to declare it a miracle. Instead, over the following years, the host was documented, photographed, and studied. In 2020, under the guidance of Archbishop Mar George Aralakat, the consecrated host was sent to the Vatican for further examination through the Apostolic Nuncio to India, Archbishop Giambattista Di Quattro. The Vatican's Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, responsible for investigating supernatural phenomena, received the host and began a thorough investigation. For years, theologians and scientists examined the host for any signs of artificial tampering, bacterial growth, discoloration, or natural phenomena that could explain the image. None were found. The image remained remarkably intact, retaining the features of what many believed to be the face of the suffering Christ. Eyes closed, a crown of thorns faintly visible, lips gently curved in solemn expression. The Vatican's investigation was long and cautious. The Church traditionally applies rigorous criteria to Eucharistic miracles. The phenomenon must not be explainable by natural or scientific means, and it must reinforce core Catholic doctrines, particularly the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist. Only after years of examination, reflection, and spiritual discernment was a conclusion reached. On May 9, 2025, after more than 11 years since the initial event, the Vatican officially recognized the appearance of the face of Jesus on the host in Villakanur as a Eucharistic miracle. The recognition was made public in a solemn announcement by Archbishop Mar Joseph Pamplani during a special Mass celebrated at Christ the King Church in the very place where the miracle had occurred. Speaking to thousands of faithful gathered for the announcement, Archbishop Pamplani emphasized the deeper meaning behind such miraculous signs. He reminded the faithful that while extraordinary events can ignite faith and devotion, the Catholic Church does not depend on miracles to affirm what has already been revealed by Christ. The real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist is a mystery of faith, believed through divine revelation and confirmed by the teaching authority of the Church. However, the miraculous signs served a powerful purpose. In an age when the real presence is often questioned or taken for granted, the appearance of Christ's face on the Eucharist was a divine reminder of the sacredness of the Mass and the Eucharist. It called the faithful to a renewed reverence for the Blessed Sacrament and a deeper understanding of the sacrifice of the cross made present in every celebration of the Mass. The miracle also bore fruit in the local community. The once quiet parish in Villakanur became a pilgrimage site. Devotees traveled from across India and abroad to witness the sacred host and to pray in the church where the miracle occurred. Testimonies of healings, conversions, and spiritual awakenings began to surface. Parishioners spoke of increased vocations, greater mass attendance, and a profound spiritual renewal in the region. The face of Jesus, appearing in humility and silence on a small white host, has become a symbol of God's desire to be near his people, present in every tabernacle, in every mass, in every piece of consecrated bread. In a world torn by doubt, indifference, and spiritual hunger, this miracle offered a gentle but powerful message. Jesus is truly with us in the Eucharist.